Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video I will be making a recipe called chicken roll-ups. So stick around and join me today on Sandra's Homespun Life. Here are the ingredients that I'll be using for today's recipe. I have approximately 2.5 cups of chicken, and I went ahead and cooked this and shredded it. Now you can use about 2 chicken breasts. I used a chicken breast along with a chicken thigh because I like the moisture that the dark meat adds alongside of the chicken breast, because sometimes just chicken breast can get a little dry. I've got some shredded cheese. I've got a can of crescent rolls, a can of cream of chicken soup. I'm going to be using 2/3 cup of chicken broth, and I always buy this chicken base and mix it in with hot water instead of buying the regular chicken broth that's in the cans, because most of my recipes I don't use that full can and I don't like to waste. So this works out better for me, but if you have it in the can or box, feel free to use that. I have 2/3 cup of milk, a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to use a little salt and pepper for seasoning. So let's go ahead and get started. For my next step, I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. And from there, I'm going to open my crescent rolls and roll those out and separate them into their individual pieces. Now for my next step, I'm just going to take some of the shredded cheese and place on each one of the crescent rolls. Okay, for my next step, I'm just going to place a little bit of the shredded chicken onto each one of the crescent rolls. And I'm just going to place that at the widest end of each crescent roll into like a little heap of chicken. So I have all my chicken placed on my crescent rolls, and I did have a little bit of chicken left over, which that's no big deal, because from here I'm going to start rolling each one of these crescent rolls up, and I'm going to place them in a 13x9 glass casserole dish. And after I have all those placed in there, I'm just going to take what's left of my chicken and just spread it in between each one of the crescent rolls. So I'll go ahead and start getting these rolled up and placing them in the casserole dish. And I'm going to start from the wide end and roll towards the narrow end. And then just place them in my casserole dish. Now for my next step, I have a bowl, and I'm going to combine the remaining ingredients to make our chicken soup mixture that I'm going to mix with a whisk until it's well blended and pour over each one of these crescent rolls. So there's my can of cream of chicken soup, my 2/3 cup of chicken broth, my 2/3 cup of milk, a little pinch of salt for seasoning, a little pinch of pepper, and 1 tablespoon of flour. And it doesn't matter if it's self-rising or all-purpose. So now I'm just going to take my whisk and whisk this up until everything is broke up and well blended. I have my chicken soup mixture well combined, so my next step is to drizzle this over top of my chicken roll-ups. Now, when I do this, or if you do this recipe, make sure you drizzle the chicken soup mixture over each one of them crescent rolls really well to coat them. And then you can pour the rest of it down along the sides and so forth. So I like to go over each one of those first. Like that, and then I take the rest of my mixture and just kind of let it pour down along the sides and down the middle. Now this is ready to go in my preheated 375-degree oven. I'm going to allow this to bake for about 25 minutes. Once it's done, I'm going to take it out of the oven, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little cheese over the top and put it back in the oven and turn the oven to broil and allow that to brown a little bit. So I'll bring you all back when I'm ready to do that next step. Okay, my chicken roll-ups have baked for 25 minutes, so now I'm ready for my next step. And I'm just going to lightly sprinkle a little bit of this cheddar cheese over the top of each one of these and place it back in the oven on the broiler setting and allow it to brown a little bit. My chicken roll-ups are now out of the oven and have finished baking. And from here, I'm just going to allow them to cool a little bit, and then they'll be ready to serve. And I thank you all for joining me so much today. I hope you give this recipe a try. I really believe that you will like it. It's one of my favorite recipes. And until next time, you all, bye. I'd like to give a special shout out to a little boy whose name is Vincent. His mama told me that he watches all of my videos and he refers to me as the cooking lady. So I just want to say hello, Vincent, from the cooking lady to you, and thank you for watching my videos. It means so much to me. Thank you, sweetie.